Hello people, we are going to discuss avoid flood in the city problem. You must have came across the type of problem which gets failed again and again on submission due to some corner test cases which you miss easily. So this is one such problem. So let's first go through the problem statement and see what the question is. Your country has an infinite number of lakes. Initially, all the lakes are empty, but when it rains over the nth lake becomes full of water. If it rains over a lake which is full of water, there will be a flood. Your goal is to avoid the flood in the lake. Now, given an integer array rains where rains of I is greater than 0 means there will be rains over the lake rains I. If rains of I equals 0, it simply means that there are no rains this day and you can choose one lake this day and dry it. Now you have to return an array answer where answer dot length will be same as rains dot length and answer of I will be equal to -1 if rains of I is greater than 0. Answer of I is the lake you choose to dry in the ith day if rains of I equals 0. Now there are multiple valid answers. Written any of them. If it is possible to avoid, if it is impossible to avoid flood, return an empty array. Notice that you if you choose to dry a full lake, it becomes empty. But if you choose to dry an empty lake, nothing changes. So basically, if there are so many empty lakes, so many dry days on which you can dry any lake, and if there are not enough lakes which can be dried, then you can dry even an empty lake on that day. All right. So according to problem statement, in your range array, if range of I is greater than 0, that means there is going to be rain on that day. And on which lake the rain will happen is denoting by this integer range of I. So range of I is basically denoting the lake number on which rain is going to occur. So if it's non-zero, you should put -1 at that place on that day in your answer array. If it's 0, you have to dry one lake on that day. Now you can choose to dry an empty lake or you can choose to dry a lake which is full. So basically you have to avoid the flood. How you can avoid the flood? Since you can see in this example, the lake number 1 and 2 are full. Now again on lake 2 there is going to be rain on this day. So how can you avoid the flood on lake number 2 is by drying lake number 2 on one of these dry days. Similarly, on you can avoid flood on lake number 1 by drying it on one of these lake. So how you can do this? You can see in this output array that there is going to be rain on day 1 on lake 1, on day 2 on lake 2, and then you can choose to dry lake 2 on third day and lake number 1 on fourth day. Then lake 2, since you have dried it, now there won't be flood. Similarly on lake 1, since you have dried lake 1 as well, now there is not going to be flood, so you prevented the flood. Another test case, here you can see lake number 1 and 2 is filled. Now on this day, third day, you can dry one lake. Now you can either dry lake number 1 or 2. If you dried lake number 1, there is going to be flood on lake number 2 on this day. If you dried lake number 2, then there is going to be lake on fourth day. There's going to be flood on lake number 1 on fourth day. Another test case, here you can see there are you just need to dry one lake number 69 on any of these three dry days to prevent the flood. On left number of dry lakes. On left number of dry days, you can choose to dry any lake. It doesn't matter. So you can put any number over there. Here you can see there is no day to dry. So 20 on lake number 20, it's going to rain twice. So there will be flood. All right. Now let's see how we can code the solution for this problem. So I initialized n as the size of this range array. Now I'm gonna take an unordered map named full lakes. So what we will do with this unordered map, we will basically store the lakes which are already full and would be required to empty when uh, there would be rain on those lakes again. And I will be maintaining a set of dry days in which whenever I will encounter a zero in the range array, I will just put that index that day in my dry days set so that I can see if there is a day on which I can dry some particular lake. All right. Now I will maintain another vector answer to store my final answer. Now as you can see, I'm initializing this vector with 1. Why I'm doing this? Because as we already saw that when there is a dry day, you can dry any lake on that day. So I'm initializing those with 1. Later on, I can change whenever we require to dry some other lake on that day. All right. Now we will loop over our range array. So we will loop from I equal to 0 while I is less than n. First, I will check if range of I equal 0. That means we can dry any lake on this particular day. So in our dry days, I will insert I, which is denoting the day on which lake can be dried. All right. Now, when if it's not equal to 0, the answer of I should be -1. After this, we will check if this lake on which the rain is going to happen, if it's already present in full lakes, which means if it's already full, then in that case, we first need to empty this lake. So we will check if it is possible to empty this lake before this day. So we will, rain day is the day which we are getting from full lakes unordered map. So basically in full lakes unordered map corresponding to the lake number, we will be storing the day on which it gets filled. So in the rain day, what is going to get stored is the day on which there was a rain on lake number range I. All right. Now we are checking, we are finding the day on which we can dry this current lake. So rain day was the day on which this lake gets filled. So we have to check if there is a day which is coming after a rain day on which we can dry our lake. Now why we are using lower bound? Why can't we just check that if there is a dry day? If there is some day on which we can dry, we can just dry it. Is because you can see with this test case 0, 1, 1. Now, although there is a day on which we can dry some particular lake, but since lake number 1 is getting filled after that day, and before this day, before again there is going to be lake on lake number 1, and there is no dry day in between these 2 days on which we can dry this lake number 1. So we have to check that any dry lake, if there is any dry day which is coming after this day, after after the day on which there was a rain on lake number 1. So for that we are using lower bound. So what lower bound does, it's just going to return the day which is just greater than equal to this rain day. So if there is a rain, there was a dry day on as a 0, 1 and 4. If these were the number on which, if these were the day on which you could have dried some lake, and the rain was occurred on some lake on day number 2, so you have to check in this, we are basically checking in this if there is some day, any day just greater than equal to 2 on which we can dry some particular lake. So that's why we are using lower bound over here. All right, now proceed further. Now we are checking in this IT, we will basically get the pointer of the day on which pointer of the day which is just greater than equal to this rain day. So if there isn't any such day, then this IT will be basically pointing to the index just after the last index of this dry days set. So we are checking if IT is not equal to dry days dot end. That means we found some some day on which we can dry this rain. So in our answer, this star IT is basically the day on which we could have dried some day, some lake. So at that day, on that day in our answer, we are putting this rains of I lake. So basically we are denoting that on this particular day, we dried this lake, lake number rains I. Now, since we already used that day to dry this rains of I lake, so we will erase that day from our dry days set. All right. Now, if otherwise, if this IT is pointing to end of dry days, that means we didn't found what the day which we were looking for. So in that case, we will just return an empty array. All right, empty vector. After this process gets completed, we will just put the day on which this particular lake got filled. So on ith day, rains of I was the lake on which rain occurred. So we will put I as the day on which this rain, this lake gets filled. All right. Now finally, in our answer vector, we will finally have output. All right, let's check it out. So this got accepted. Now we will submit. Yes. Thank you guys.